Malaysia began the year 2026 with a strong start, not crisis. Why strong? Here are 7 indicators why the country has started the year well. First, Malaysia's trade performance has broken record. Despite global uncertainty from trade war, Cold War and Hot War, Malaysia's total trade surpassed 3 trillion in 2025. This is the highest in our history. So, how did Malaysia break trade records after 68 years? According to Rizal Marikan, the chairman of the Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation, MATRADE, the answer lies in proactive economic diplomacy. He attributed the record performance to Anwar's extensive overseas engagement, covering around 40 countries including Africa, Latin America and Central Asia, to open new markets and deepen trade ties. Rizal is correct. Let's look deeper. For example, export to Kyrgyzstan jumped over 200% after Anwar's visit to the country in May 2024. Similar for Uzbekistan, with Malaysia's export increased to over 460 million ringgit and Kenya to 6 billion ringgit. In fact, Anwar is the first Malaysian Prime Minister who visited the African Union Commission. The African Union consists of more than 50 member states representing 1.5 billion people from around the African continent. You may hold your own views about Anwar Ibrahim, but one fact is difficult to dispute: his sustained effort to promote Malaysia abroad, and that has translated into real business opportunity, stronger export and domestic job creation. While cynics and oppositions were busy condemning Anwar, and some within the government were preoccupied with creating internal tension to cast themselves as heroes, Anwar remained focused on governing. Over the past 3 years, he stayed the course on economic recovery and growth. The result is clear. Malaysia broke 68-year trade record and our unemployment rate has fallen to 2.9%, the lowest level in 11 years. Without trade and jobs, there's no economy. Second, the ringgit has returned to strength. In 2025, the ringgit emerged as Asia's top-performing currency, rising by nearly 10%, the strongest gain in the region. More importantly, it signals that global markets are reassessing Malaysia positively. Third, Malaysia's banking sector is stronger than it was before the pandemic. Non-performing loans was down to 1.4% in late 2025 compared to 1.5% in 2019. Banks are seeing fewer bad loans than before COVID, which means more people and businesses are paying their debts on time. This is one of the best levels we have seen in years. Banks' asset quality is higher, dividend yields are healthier, and capital buffers are more solid than before COVID-19 era. This matters because strong banks are the foundation of a functioning economy. When banks are stable, businesses can borrow and invest, households can plan and spend, and the overall market confidence improves. As report says, the banking sector now is stronger than pre-COVID era. This recovery did not happen by accident. It reflects 3 years of work under Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to restore fiscal discipline, institutional credibility, and investor trust. I explained this in detail in my earlier video, 3 bad years under Anwar. Do check it out. Fourth, labour market conditions in Malaysia continue to improve in 2025, translating into higher incomes and stronger household stability. Real contribution to the Employee Provident Fund (EPF) rose by 15.3%, reflecting sustained employment, wage growth, and healthier income flow across the economy. A key contributor was the minimum wage increase implemented under former Human Resources Minister Stephen Sim. This policy is estimated to have injected approximately 10 billion ringgit into consumer spending capacity, directly supporting domestic demand. At the same time, unemployment fell to 2.9%, the lowest level in 11 years. More Malaysians are in work, more Malaysians are earning. This combination, rising employment, higher wages, and stronger retirement contributions, point to one labour market that is stabilizing on firmer ground in 2026. Fifth, household income have improved. This trend clearly reflected in the automotive market. In 2025, the number of vehicles sold rose to over 820,000 units, up from 816,000 units in the previous year. representing a 0.5% increase. While modest, this growth is significant given the lingering global uncertainties. The positive employment environment reinforced this trend. With unemployment at an 11-year low of 2.9%, more Malaysians were in stable jobs and confident enough to make long-term financial commitments. Simply put, more cars were purchased in 2025 than in the year before. This signals stronger spending power, improved consumer confidence, and a gradual rise in living standards, which are the key characteristic of an improved economy. 6. Malaysian talent are coming back. For years, Malaysia worried about brain drain. Now, we are seeing brain circulation. Malaysians who left to gain experience are returning with sharper skill, global exposure, and higher standards. With Ringgit strengthening, the salary gap between jobs in Malaysia and advanced economies is narrowing. Malaysians working overseas are expressing interest to come back to raise expectation in the local sectors. This is what economic confidence looks like at a human level. 7. Malaysia ended 2025 as the most visited country in Southeast Asia for the second consecutive year, recording over 38 million international tourist arrivals. This surge firmly positioned the country as a top destination for global travelers, outperforming regional peers. This strong performance reflects improved connectivity, competitive pricing, diversified tourism offerings, and renewed international confidence in Malaysia as a safe, accessible, and attractive destination. Looking ahead, momentum is expected to continue into 2026. Under the Visit Malaysia campaign, we are targeting 47 million tourist arrivals, signaling confidence in further growth across hospitality, retail, transport, and related service sectors. A robust tourism recovery not only boosts foreign exchange earnings, but also support jobs and incomes nationwide, particularly for small businesses and the local communities. There you have it, the 7 indicators why Malaysia is starting strong in 2026. Our country has entered the year with momentum, grounded in stronger institutions, renewed confidence, and tangible economic outcomes. Under the leadership of Anwar Ibrahim, Malaysia is fixing the country's fundamentals, restoring trust, and rebuilding credibility on the global stage. Gone are the days when Malaysia was overshadowed by scandals like the 1MDB, the cow condo, and failed government companies. Malaysia is now entering 2026 with momentum. There is still work to do with a clear direction led by Anwar's unity government. Let's build Malaysia together.